About a month ago, there was a piece written in CNN by a number of four reporters, as I see this, CNN Money. And I want to mention this because of the whole notion of jobs. Jobs was the number one issue in the election on Tuesday. People want to hold their jobs. People want better jobs. People want jobs that pay money, so forth and so on. And so I thought it was worth reminding us about this piece that was in CNN Money and spread quite throughout some of the media. And they wrote, here's Donald Trump's dilemma. He's running for president on a platform of bringing jobs back to the U.S. and making America great again. But at his private club in South Florida, he has filled his staff almost exclusively with imported foreign workers, and he's been doing it for years. I mean, folks, if I'm prosecuting Donald Trump for being a liberal, I think he'd get a life sentence. The U.S. Department of Labor has confirmed to CNN that between 2013 and 2015, that's not so long ago, Trump's Mar-a-Lago club posted 250 seasonal job openings and filled just 4 of those jobs with American workers. The club requested the rest of the staff be temporarily imported through the federal government's H-2B visa process. Basically, Mar-a-Lago brings in its seasonal staff from overseas. Now, I might stop there. A requirement is to see if Americans will take those jobs first before you do this process, before you undertake this process. Mar-a-Lago is a mansion that Donald Trump has turned into a members-only private club in Palm Beach, Florida. The wife of New York stockbroker E.F. Hutton built it in 1927. Mrs. Hutton, who would become Marjorie Merriweather Post, used Mar-a-Lago as a winter retreat for her and her wealthy Wall Street friends. Gilded in tile and other decorations, it reeked of the opulence of the pre-Depression roaring 1920s. Think Great Gatsby and so forth. Mar-a-Lago, literally Cedar Lake in Spanish, became a National Historical Site in 1969. Ms. Post passed away in the early 1970s. The mansion was turned over to the federal government to be used as a presidential retreat. It didn't catch on and was eventually placed on the market. Trump says he bought it in 1985 for $5 million. He then began remodeling the 114-room mansion for use as his personal residence in 1995. He opened the home as a club for the super wealthy, escaping the harsh winters of the North. Membership fees are $100,000, with annual dues of $14,000. On its website, Mar-a-Lago is called the greatest mansion ever built. Well, imagine that. From 2013 to 2015, Mar-a-Lago was approved to hire 246 foreign workers by the U.S. Department of Labor with H-2B visas, which allow U.S. employers to temporarily import foreign workers to fill non-agricultural jobs that cannot be filled by Americans. To get approval for H-2B visas, employers must prove they need extra workers and that they made an effort to recruit domestic workers, contacted everyone who responded to ads, and hired all qualified applicants. I hope Jeff Sessions is listening, but I doubt it. After receiving approval, employers must petition U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services to bring foreign temporary workers into the country. Trump has made the case that he couldn't find American workers. It's almost impossible to get help, the Republican presidential candidate told CNN last month, and part of the reason you can't get American people is they want full-time jobs. This is news to Tom Veenstra. He's Senior Director of Support Services at the Palm Beach County Career Source office. It's a free service that links qualified job candidates with employers. And during the past 2 years, the agency has placed more than 50,000 people in jobs in Palm Beach County. Veenstra says he has no doubt he could fill Mar-a-Lago with U.S. workers. Quote, "We have hundreds of qualified candidates for jobs like these," he told CNN. "That's what we do here. We help place local residents into these kinds of jobs." Did Trump use the free service? Only once, Veenstra says. After criticism about its hiring practices, Mar-a-Lago asked the Palm Beach County Career Service Office to send over qualified candidates for one position. Veenstra says he sent 4 applicants. 1 was hired. Veenstra says there were no problems with the hire as far as he knows, but they never had another request from Mar-a-Lago. Just 1. Mar-a-Lago positions paid roughly $10 an hour for maids and housekeepers, up to $13 an hour for cooks, and about $11 for waiters and waitresses. Now, the Department of Labor requires proof that an employer seeking to import foreign workers tried but failed to attract qualified U.S. workers. Records show Mar-a-Lago appears to have done the bare minimum required by law, According to a CNN analysis of hundreds of pages of Labor Department documents, Mar-a-Lago did not place advertisements in the area's largest newspaper. Instead, ads were placed in a local paper with a small circulation, and the ads were routinely posted for just 2 days, the minimum required by law. The system's rigged. It's rigged. There's collusion. In addition, employer statements on recruitment reports are self-reported, and federal employees told CNN the Department of Labor does not have the resources to check the accuracy of them. Renee Seymour did apply to one of the job postings. She's 22-year-old with experience as a waitress, and says she told Trump staff she would have no problem accepting a seasonal position at Mar-a-Lago. She was never hired. In fact, she says that she was never even formally turned down for the job. After an in-person interview, Seymour waited for a phone call that never came. No message, no email, no nothing, she explained to CNN. I needed that income because I was out of work. Like I told them, I don't care if they put me scrubbing a floor. It's money. It's a job. Trump's campaign has not offered additional comments regarding criticism over the hiring practices of Mar-a-Lago. Instead, Trump has stuck to his explanation on the campaign trail that he couldn't find U.S. workers who would take the jobs. Trump will have a hard time convincing at least one Florida waitress. It hurts, she told CNN. You have other people coming from another country trying to have jobs that I should be working, and it's not right. Oh, what's this all about then? I mean, he's giving a speech now in Indianapolis talking about he's going to create great jobs, good-paying jobs, jobs for Americans, that we're chumps, that we're getting screwed by foreign governments. And he will stand up to them. And right up to 2015, when it came to his own private practices, he was using and abusing the system as much as he possibly could. You know, some headbangers out there, some diehards out there, they're going to say, whoa, that proves what a great businessman he is. No, it doesn't. Not in the least. He did one thing in private, and he says another thing in public. That's what he did.